The following is a class on the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, first canto, second chapter, text number 19, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on October 30th, 1972, in Vrindavan, India.
तदा रजस्तमो भावा कामलोभादयश्च चेत एतैरनाविध्यं स्थितं सत्ते प्रसीदति. The beginning of the chapter was Jino Atmasu Prasidati. We have to make ourselves peaceful. Jino Atma Samprasidati. सभी पुंसांग परो धर्म जथो भक्ति रधो खजे अहित की अप्रतिहता आत्मा संप्रसीद. So everyone, even in this age, the advanced materialistic person, they seek after peace, peacefulness of Atma self. Take for example that in Western countries the younger generation coming from very rich family, rich nation, but they have given up the standard of living as it is observed by their fathers or grandfathers. They do not like it because they are not satisfied. Jayatma samprasidati, there is no satisfaction of Atma. Therefore they have given up. Bhog and tyag. Bhog means enjoyment and tyag means renunciation. So actually, in this world, some people are very much busy in the matter of bhog, enjoying. The karmis. And some people are very much engaged in the business of tyag, renouncement. These two kinds of activities are going on. One is very, very busy for acquiring things for sense enjoyment, and when he is dissatisfied, he cannot fully enjoy, neither he is satisfied, he says, Brahma Sattva Jagan Mithya. This world is false. There is no need of this world. The grapes are sour. The same story. The jackal and the grapes. The jackal wanted to eat the grapes and it jumped many times but could not approach the grapes. So at last he satisfied himself that there is no need of the grapes, it is sour. So this Brahma Sattva Jagan Mithya is like that. When one is fed up or tired of this world, he cannot enjoy it due to age or other circumstances. At that time, he says, Jagan Mithya. Why Jagan Mithya? If God is truth, then creation of God is also truth. Why it should be Mithya? But because he has no knowledge, sufficient knowledge of the Vedic instruction, Ishamastamidam Satmam Purnamidam Purnamada Purnat Purnam Gacchate. He does not know that creation of God is complete. There is no defect. When God created this world, He created it perfect. Take for example, we require water. So, in every planet there is sufficient water. These oceans and seas, and they are very nicely preserved, adding with what is called salt. What is the chemical name? Sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is preservative, so the water is preserved, mixing with sodium chloride. Just see how perfect arrangement. And the water is evaporated on the sky by distillation, making sodium chloride separated from the water. Distillation means to take the pure water, distilled water. Now the distilled water is taken on the sky, and as rain it drops on the ground and it is stored on the mountain hill. Gradually, the whole year, the water is coming down in the shape of river and supplies there. First of all, the whole land is moistened with water by rainfall. Then, and some of the water is preserved in Iceland in the shape of ice. So there is complete arrangement. We have not seen Pashyati iandKṛṣṇa. Because we have no knowledge, we do not see how things are nicely arranged by God for our maintenance. Everything is there. Purnat purnam mudachyat. Purnasya purnamadaya purnamevavasishyat. Everything is complete. It is our mismanagement. We, the so-called civilized human beings, we have created problems. We have created problems. This is my land, this is my country. Why you are coming here? Then there is fight, there is spoil of things, so many things. Because they do not know the Ishavāsamidam sarvam. Everything belongs to God. Now they have developed the communist idea that everything belongs to the state. But that is also imperfect. There is no peace still. Sthite sattam cetayeti ranavidhyam sthite satte prasidat. There is a cetayeti ranavidhyam sthitam satte prasidat. They do not know that we have to come to the platform of goodness, Satagun. Then there will be peace. Because Satagun means knowledge, Rajagun means passion, and Tamagun means ignorance. So this world is being carried on by these three gunas. Those who are accepting the Tamagun, they are kama, lusty, too much lusty. And those who are in the Rajagun, they are too much greedy. And those who are in the Satagun, they know things. That is Brahminical qualification. That is Brahminical qualification. Vedu janati iti brahmana. Vedu patha bhavet vipra. Brahma janati iti brahmana. By reading Vedas, one becomes a vipra. Then not only vipra, but when vipra means Brahman, so to become Brahmana by qualification is not sufficient. One must know the Brahma, the Supreme Brahma, Parabrahma. Just like Arjuna understood Krishna. Param Brahma, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhava. That is real stage. That is Brahminical stage. Don't think that Arjuna was a Kshatriya he, after studying Bhagavad Gita, he became Brahman because he understood Krishna. He says, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. He understood Krishna rightly. Others, that story of the Jaggic Brahman, not story, fact, they could not understand Krishna. When the Jaggic Brahmanas were engaged in sacrifice, Krishna and Balaram was requested by their friends, cowherd boy, my dear Krishna, Balaram, we are hungry. Please give us some food. They knew Krishna, that's all. Krishna said that there is a sacrifice, a great ceremony is going on. The Brahmins, the Jaggic Brahmans are engaged. Go there and ask some food. So they approached. You will find this description in the Krishna book. So the Brahmanas refused because they could not understand Krishna. They thought that unless the sacrifice is finished, how the foodstuff can be distributed. But they were so ignorant that they could understand that the person for whom the sacrifice was being performed, he is asking personally. That is ignorance. So, Krishna says therefore in the Bhagavad Gita, Nahang prakasa sarvasya yogumaya samabrita. Simply by becoming Brahmana, one cannot understand Krishna. He must become a devotee because Krishna is understood by simply devotional service. Bhaktyamam abhijanat. Krishna does not say that by becoming Brahmana one can understand me. No. Brahmana stage is impersonal realization of Brahma. There is no personal realization. When the personal realization is there, he is called Vaishnava. Brahmana, Vaishnava. The Brahmana has got two titles. Brahmana Pandit. Still in India, a Brahmana is addressed as Pandit, however rascal he may be. Because it is expected when one is born in the Brahmana family, he must be well learned. These are the 6 occupational duties of Brahman. Patana, Patana, Jajana, Jajana, Dana, Pratigraha. A Brahman must be very learned scholar, studying. All Vedic knowledge is meant for the Brahmanas. Sadhya, Tapasya, Satyam, Saucham, Tapa, Ajava, Titiksha, Jnanam, Vijnanam, Astikam, Brahma Karma Sabhavada. These qualifications must be there to become a Brahman. So, in spite of becoming a Brahmana, qualified, Shastra says, Satkarma Nipuna Vipra, Mantra Tantra Visharad. A Brahmana, he is expert in his occupational duties. Satkarma means Patana, Patana, Jajana, Jajana. 6 kinds of occupational duties. But Avaishnava Mukhadgina, Satkarma Nipuna Vipra Mantra Tantra Visharada, Avaishnava Guru na sasyat, Sat Vaishnava Sabacho Guru. This is the injunction of the Shastra. In spite of his good qualifications, expert in 6 occupational duties of a Brahmana, if he is a Vaishnava, if he has not understood Krishna or Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then he cannot become Guru. Therefore, according to Vedic system, not a Brahmana is accepted as Guru, but when he becomes Goswami. Goswami means fully controlled, in full knowledge of Krishna consciousness, he can become Guru. There Rupa Goswami says that 6 kinds of control. One who has control over his speeches, over his anger, over his tongue, over his mind, over his genital, over his belly. When one has full control over these 6 things, he is Goswami. Prithiving sa sishyat, he can make disciples all over the world. That is the injunction of Sri Rupa Goswami. He was himself Goswami. In the beginning, when he was minister, he was not Goswami. But later on, when he became completely educated by Srila Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, both the brothers, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, they became Goswami. And other Goswamis, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Srijiv Goswami, they became their assistants. This Vrindavan, the present Vrindavan, is the excavation of these 6 Goswamis. This place where we are sitting, here the 6 Goswamis used to assemble daily for discussing on Bhagavad. Especially, it is the place of Srila Jiva Goswami. The Sanatana Goswami's and Rupa Goswami's nephew. So, this culture has Krishna consciousness, the progress, the system is described here. It is not that Krishna consciousness we have manufactured a type of religious system. No, we don't manufacture. Neither we can manufacture. It is not possible. Defective human being, how he can manufacture religion? That is not possible. Dharmantu sakshat bhagavatam. Dharma, the principles of dharma has to be accepted directly from the Supreme Lord. So now, the Supreme Lord is helping. We have begun this process. Chinnatang sakatha Krishna punna savana kirtana riddanta savavadrani vidhunati suhitratam. First of all, one has to wash off all these dirty things from the heart. Then he can come to Krishna consciousness. Not abruptly. But Krishna is so kind that even without washing, if one comes seriously to the shelter of Krishna's lotus foot, then he takes charge. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarvadharman parityajya mam ekang saranam vaja aham tva sarva papebhya moksha. He takes charge. If we go, there are 2 processes. Either you go through the prescribed method as they are described in the Vedic injunction. Tapasa, brahmacharjena, tyagena, samena, damena, these are the processes. One must undergo austerity, penance, tapasa, brahmacharya. One must be brahmachari, not unnecessarily using sex life. So, tapasa brahmacharjena samena damena va, tyagena, tyag, renunciation is required. So, this is one process. Another process, that if you fully surrender unto the lotus feet of Krishna, sincerely, then all things are done automatically, immediately. Only by Krishna Bhakti one becomes purified immediately. So that Krishna Bhakti begins, as we have studied the previous verses, Sanatana sakatha Krishna. We have to hear patiently by oral reception. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also accepted this process. This is the process, Vedic process, to hear about Krishna. So, nasta prayashu avadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya. Nityam, this point we have discussed. The Bhagavad has to be studied from a person Bhagavatam, Bhagavata sevaya. Tad viddhi pranipatena paripasnena sevaya. One has to learn Bhagavatam from a person where you can surrender. Pranipate, pariprasnena, sevaya. Two things. There must be service and surrender. And between the two things, surrender and service, there is pariprasna. You cannot ask about spiritual knowledge from a person by challenging. No, that will not help you. Just like Krishna, when he was talking with Arjuna like friend, the problem was not solved. Then Arjuna surrendered unto Krishna. Shishasteham sadhimang prapanna. He understood that simply by friendly talkings and arguments, there cannot be any conclusion of spiritual life. One must surrender. He knew it. Gurumeva avigachet. Must. Avigachet is Vidiling, form of bhar. Means he must. There is no other alternative. So therefore, Arjuna submitted. And he was enlightened. So, simply by hearing from the authoritative sources, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, as it is described. But we don't find anywhere Saptaham Bhagavata Sevaya. No, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. So, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, Nasta Prayashu Abhadreshu. Abhadra means the quality of ignorance and passion. They are abominable. Ignorance is most abominable, and passion is abominable. These two things must be given up. But simply by hearing about Krishna, simply by hearing Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, from the person Bhagavatam, one can get rid of these dirty things, namely mode of ignorance and mode of passion. Then the balance is the mode of goodness. There are three good modes: ignorance, passion and goodness. So if we can somehow or other can avoid the low-grade modes, namely ignorance and passion, then naturally we come to the platform of goodness. That is also not sufficient. Therefore, it is said here, Nasta Prayeshu, almost finished all dirty things. No, I am now situated in goodness, in Brahminical qualification. So, the Shastra says it is all right, but still it is dirty. Because in the Bhagavad Gita, it is described that is also a cause of bondage. I am very learned. I am now become Brahmin. So he does not know that is also this false ego, that I am Brahmin, I am very learned, I am very advanced. this is also cause of bondage. He does not know that. Simply to become free from the modes of ignorance and passion is not sufficient. One must be free from the modes of goodness also. The so-called goodness. Then you come to the transcendental platform. That is called sarvopadhi vinirmuktam. These are upadhis. I am good man, I am bad man. Both of them are designation. From spiritual point of view, there is no difference between good man and bad man. Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Dvaite bhadra bhadra sakali saman. So long you are in the material platform, the so-called goodness and badness, they are all the same. Because you are in the material platform. So, to become a very good man, just like an ideal good man was Gandhi, or somebody else. We are giving because Gandhi is respected all over the world as a very good man. That's a fact. But that is not sufficient. That is not sufficient. Therefore, the Shastra says that you should become free from becoming a good man or bad man. You must become a devotee. That is required. To become a good man of this world is not a very good qualification. Therefore it is said here, nasta prayeshu avadresh. To become bad man, and if you become a good man, it is partially acceptable because you have avoided the two other things, namely ignorance and passion. But that is not sufficient. But it is favorable. To become a good man, to become a Brahmin is favorable. Because by becoming a Brahmin, one is able to understand things as they are. He is not in ignorance. It's like ignorant cats and dogs. They are under the bodily concept of life. I am this body. But a Brahmana is not in the bodily concept of life. He knows aham brahmasmi. I am part and parcel of Brahma. This knowledge will help him. And here it is said that tada rajastamo bhava, so long one is influenced by the modes of ignorance and passion, he is busy in greediness and lusty affairs. So at least he is free from the lusty desires and greediness. The whole world is working, especially in Western countries you see. They are working so hard. They have got their nice motor car, nice roads, and very, very nice ways also. Flyover. One road is flying over another road, another road, another road. Very good facility for driving motor car. And they have got enough motor car also. Every third man has got a car. But what are these civilizations? Calm and low. Lustiness and greediness. That's all. The basic principle is lust and greediness. That's all. This is their quality. Anyone who has become free from this lusty and greedy status of life, he is advanced. He is advanced. Kamalobhadas, because this lusty desires and greediness will not help him at any time to realize his self or to realize God. That will not be helpful. So at least if he comes to the platform of goodness, Satagun, then he can at least understand that I am not this body, I am spirit soul, my duty is different from this bodily activity. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na sochati na kaṅkati. The lusty and greediness keeps one always in lamentation and hankering. Na sochati na kaṅkati. Akaṅkha. These people, they have no end of their akaṅkha, hankering. One after another, one after another, one after another. Sarvakama. In the Shastra, they are called sarvakama. There is no end of their lusty desire. So, nasta prayasu abhadreshu, by the hearing process, one becomes gradually free from the lusty and greedy platform, and he comes to the platform of knowledge. And at that time he can understand at least that I am not this body, I am spirit soul, and what is my duty as spirit soul? That duty, if he understands, that is as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, samas sarveshu bhutesu madbhakti lavati param. That is the duty. When he comes to this platform, that my duty is to execute devotional service. That is the point. He comes to the platform. And at least in between Satagun and Shuddha Sattva, that platform, devotional life begins from Shuddha Sattva, Satagun, without being contaminated by the other two gunas, modes of nature, namely ignorance and passion. Pure. That is devotional state. So, tadarajastamo bhava kamalu bhadayasthaji, if we can come to that platform, Shuddha Sattva, Sattang Visuddham, when our existence becomes completely purified from the influence of this material quality, the beginning is the modes of goodness, then at that platform at least the other lower grade modes, namely passion and ignorance, cannot attack us. Cheto etai anavidyam. When a man is in the platform of goodness, he is satisfied in any circumstance. That these boys, European American boys, they are coming of rich family and rich nation. They are accustomed to so many material advances. Each and every one of them knows how to drive car, and they are driving cars also. They had cars. But now, because they have come to the platform of goodness, they don't care for anything. They can lie down on the street, underneath the tree. Chita etai anaviddam sita satti prasidati. Because their heart now cannot be pierced by the desires, lusty desire and greediness. So in this way, we have to make progress in spiritual life and advance in Krishna consciousness. Thank you very much.